What's up, guys? This is Cody with Cody Fishing. Today, I want to go over my Old Town AutoPilot 136 build with you guys. Let's check it out. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today, we're going to be talking about my Old Town AutoPilot 136 build. This thing, I have spent so much time and effort into building, and I am really proud of what it is. I've had a ton of fun working on all the electronics and things like that. So today, I want to share my build with you guys, and maybe it inspires one of you guys to build your own kayak. But before we get into the content of the video, I'd ask you guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends or someone who you know is interested in kayak fishing. And hey, maybe you'll be an inspiration to them as well as an inspiration to you. Before we go any further, remember, we've got the Facebook group, Heavy Duty Anglers and Friends. Please head over that way, join the group. We try and support each other, share fishing tips and tricks, and help ourselves be as successful as we can when we're out on the water. So without further ado, let's check this baby out. This is my Old Town AutoPilot 136, and I wanted to pull it out of the water to show you guys everything I've done to this kayak, bow to stern, without having to get super duper wet in order to do so. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to include some of the trailer mods that I've done, and we're just going to walk from the front to the back and show you guys how this thing is built out. So to start here, when I got this kayak, this trailer did not have this winch here. So this is an addition I made, and it is a game changer. It makes loading and unloading this kayak so much easier. Also, when I have it loaded up onto the bow stop here, it keeps the kayak centered. I don't have to worry about it moving at all during transit. So A+ mod here. The next thing I did was I took some dock line that I found on Amazon. This is a 25-foot piece of rope. And basically, when I am launching the kayak, you'll see that I hook it to my receiver on the truck, let the kayak float out, and then I pull it back up. Most of the time, I can get into and out of the kayak without ever having to get wet, which is amazing. Next, we have the thing that the AutoPilot is known for, and this is the AutoPilot motor. So if you go and buy an Old Town AutoPilot 120 or an Old Town AutoPilot 136, it will come with this AutoPilot trolling motor. This is really cool. Gets you most of where you need to go. I fished this thing in a half foot of water, and you still get around really easily. The biggest bonus is on windy days, it does have the AutoPilot feature. So it keeps you spot locked in, and you can also set it to carry a certain speed and carry a certain heading. And so you can put it down a grass line, a Kissimmee grass line, set it to a low troll, and you can focus on fishing while this thing carries you forward in the direction you want to go. So very cool, and one of the biggest reasons that I bought this kayak. As we head back, you'll see some of the more electronical additions I made. It's a fun word, you should try it. These are two Lowrance HDS 12s. I do have them networked together so they share waypoints and talk back and forth. This thing is ready for live scope, although I don't have it on here yet. I've used Yak Attack through hole additions in order to run all the wires. You can see there's a lot of wiring, and the default Old Town through holes would not support it. So I did have to add these, but I used some wire guides to keep it all nice and clean looking, and I'm really happy and had a lot of fun wiring all this up. Next, I have these mounted with a Sasquatch bar, and basically this is just bar runs across from side to side. It adds a little bit of rigidity to the kayak, and really good addition. It keeps the weight on the kayak centered. Being a big guy in a kayak, you have to be really focused on your weight and what you're doing with it, where you're placing it. So instead of having these two heavy graphs over on one side and making my right side really heavy, I was able to get this Sasquatch bar and keep both graphs centric, so my weight stays centered in the middle of the kayak, and I don't have to worry about tipping one way or the other because of a weight imbalance. These Old Town mounts that Yak Attack came out with are absolutely amazing. Come check these things out real quick. So instead of the plastic ones that Old Town comes with from the factory, I've subbed these in. These are made out of aluminum, and they're very sturdy. So I have no problems holding any heavy gear. You can see that it holds the Sasquatch mount and these two graphs with no flex at all. Next, if you'll come look, we start getting into the cockpit here. This is the default Old Town seat, very comfortable. But we did add a kayak cushion to it, which adds to that comfort. You can fish and sit all day. My back doesn't hurt. It's a very, very comfortable fishing experience. And then I have a lovely wife who likes to call me all the time while I'm on the water. So I added a phone mount right over here that keeps my phone charged as well as secure while I'm out on the water. So I never run out of battery when my wife is calling. So I have no excuses when she gets angry at me when I don't pick up the phone. And that is from Quad Lock Marine. Those guys were really, really good. I talked to them about wanting to put together this awesome build, and they wanted to help out. So thank you, Quad Lock Marine, for that phone mount. As we carry on, we get into the heart of what keeps this Old Town AutoPilot 136 running. We have a battery box here that has something very special in it. And then also in the hull, we have something very special. So let me introduce you to my 100 amp hour Energy Works lithium battery. Alex is a great guy out of South Florida, and he hooked me up with these batteries. I've used them several times now out on the water, and they've not failed me. I think even compared to some of the other lithium batteries I've used in this kayak, this thing is quickest when it comes to transmitting the energy. And for whatever reason, my autopilot connects to GPS and the receiver a lot quicker with this battery. I don't know why that is, but it does. And then I'm not going to show you guys inside the hull just because the angles aren't very good. But basically, I have these Energy Works batteries, but smaller 24 amp hour versions. I've got one here, one here, one here, and one here. And those are all run in parallel together to power the Lowrance graphs. It powers this orb light. It powers my power pole and any of the other things I have going on. Also, this is equipped with a Yak Power switch panel. So we can turn this on, and this gives power to my USB charging device, my nav lights up front, my bow or my stern light back here, and I also have 4 blue deck lights as well that make the kayak very, very good in darker situations. So let's carry on. Back here, we have all of our storage. These are 2 Yak Attack black packs. This one is a 16 by 16, and this is a 12 by 12. Most of my tackle fits in this 16 by 16. This 12 by 12 I use as an overflow. It keeps my snacks during the day. It keeps my tools and any emergency things I might need while on the water. But the biggest reason that I added this extra yak box is I felt that 6 rod tubes were not enough. I usually like to carry about 6 to 10. So, and I find the sweet spot is 8. When I'm sitting in the seat, I can reach comfortably to this section here and have access to 8 rods without having to do any extreme maneuvers. So, 2 very good additions. I'm happy with both of these boxes, and they've done a great, great job serving me. And then as we get to the very, very back of this thing, this is a Berkeley Orb stern light. I did some Velcro yard clips to hold on my yellow flag or my orange flag, and I fought forever to get this thing set up. But dang it, this is the way I wanted it set up, and I finally got it. It worked. It's beautiful. And then finally, this micro power pole. This is one of those things that my fishing completely changed when I added this on. This power pole makes fishing shallow water so comfortable. And I don't have to fight with a spot lock or anything like that on windy days. If I want to fish into a certain area with the wind at my back, I can power pull down, wind at my back, and fish into an area that is wind blown. So it makes fishing in shallow water and gives an opposite effect that the spot lock does on the Minn Kota motor when this is deployed. So love the micro anchor from Power Pole. And then one last thing that I did that made a huge difference is on my trailer here, I added these ratcheting straps. So I can strap over the top of the kayak, and instead of having to fight with tension straps and wrapping them over the top and then wrapping them over the other side and then cinching them down, these are mounted. I throw them over, hook them into the loops on the other side, tighten them, and I'm on. So guys, that's a really, really quick overview of my Old Town AutoPilot 136. This thing has served me amazingly so far, and I'm sure it will for many more years. I absolutely love this kayak. As a bigger angler, it is very, very stable, very, very comfortable, and I can't say enough good things about this kayak and in my time in it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I respond pretty quickly, as long as I'm able to. And remember, go over to that Heavy Duty Anglers and Friends Facebook page, join the group, let's help each other get better at fishing, and y'all have a great day.